Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Riot Games NA LCS Promotional Series. We're into, I believe, the semifinals. No, quarterfinals. Quarter?
Yeah, the round of 8. That is correct.
That's quarter. Yeah.
Yes.
8, 4, 2. Right. 2 was finals, quarter, semis. Quarter. Right. Semis, quarter. Whatever. Either way, quarterfinals. We have game number 1 now starting up here on the Riot Teaser stream, and I forgot to hit my button. Either way, I'm the FourCourtJester. With me, the L3 IRDs, fresh from the Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Yeah, and the tastiness of all that is all ready for us, but falafel, that would be a pretty good dinner as well. Gonna be playing gaming out on the blue side. On the other hand, Nydus is Diamond 1 / Nydus, gonna be on the red / purple side. It's gonna be a really fun one. We already saw Falafel gaming today earlier. Went on some really long games in that first round matchup, so hopefully they're ready, they're raring to go for this second round up.
Second round up. Now we have seen at least Falafel gaming today. They did win up their series 2-1 up against Project Challengers. So yeah, a Zingy making that appearance there on the left-hand side. Curious to see if we're gonna see a Karthus. No, it's banned. Oh yeah. So it's gonna be him and Jarvan. But who do we got out there? Picks and bans, Mr. Bird.
Cho'Gath, Karthus, and Katarina on the side for Nydus is Diamond 1 on the other hand. We do have the Elysian and the Volibear band out for the team of Falafel Gaming. Falafel Gaming coming out of this one, they're going to pick up the J4, going to pick out a comfort pick for a Zingy in the jungle possibly. And we do see this Shen and Bobby Hank Hill going to be picking up the Misfortune pick. Bobby Hank Hill, it's been a while since we've seen that name. He used to be on Epic Gamer, the really old version of Epic Gamer, and he's been a sub for some good events.
Somebody actually in chat saying that they're going to pick up Kennen for Cybolic. We actually saw Kennen on Cybolic, but that was the game that he lost.
Yeah, no, but he picked Cybolic again, but then again, the Rumble was bound out this time, so the Rumble is actually being played in for Cybolic, I think, for that top lane, and that Rumble is actually very, very dangerous on him, so I'm liking that pick that the team of Falafel Gaming is picking out for him.
Yeah, Falafel the gaming, it felt like so long ago, but it really wasn't actually. It was like a few hours. But hey, we've seen a lot of good League of Legends since then. And yeah, I mean, the Jarvan pickup was definitely something of a comfort pick for a Zingy. Unfortunately, Amumu not banned out, but we don't see him coming through, which is kind of interesting because if Amumu doesn't get banned, you got a really good Amumu player like a Zingy. I'm kind of curious that we didn't get that Misfortune, but Misfortune did go the way of Nydus' Diamond 1, and I believe Nydus' Diamond 1 is coached by someone that we both know.
Yeah, Vlantic of, well, an easy thing coming out from Korea, you know, helping out some other teams, you know, get a little bit ahead. Nydus, her main, is a pretty good player. Newbert's a really strong player as well. But yeah, Bobby Hank Hill, it's probably most notable out of the players out of the team of Nydus' Diamond 1. Remstar is pretty strong too, but overall, really good, strong group of players. Maybe they will make a big stance for this LCS push. And in the second wave of the LCS Promo Qualifiers, there's not that many notable teams, so I'm like really supportive of all the teams that are trying to make it out this time.
Yeah, I mean, Falafel did get defeated back in January during the first qualifiers. This round, though, they're coming out real strong. Haven't lost a series yet. But, I mean, Cybolic, there you go. Kennen pickup. Good call, Lysandrin. But that's going to be a double AP mid and top lane for both Cybolic as well as Valkyrin. Zingy off with that Jarvan, and Caitlyn Janna yet again.
Yeah, Caitlyn is being picked up each and every time. Misfortune as well. There hasn't been that many Varus picks. It's surprising to see from the EU side. Over in the NA, they just like that Misfortune matchup a bit better in that bottom lane. It's very notable to note that most of these tournaments have been just following the same way. They want to play their comfort picks. They don't want to show too much. And if ever they do get qualified, they won't really show too much for the next few games.
Alright, so for Nydus' Diamond 1, clearly they did win out their first set of best of 3, and I believe the Leaguepedia guys were actually covering that. But here we are, Remstar's Bobby Hank Hill. Okay, yeah, the king of the hill. Bobby Hank Hill, I get it. Nydus her main, thank you. KT. Oh, Husky. I want a Nydus remain. Funny times. Newbert as well as Anxiety Law, and that's going to be a jungle Shen with top lane Renekton and a Twisted Fate mid. So I'm a little concerned about this team comp because not only do we have the Destiny from Twisted Fate, but we also have Stand United on Shen. That could be a nice 1-2 wallop.
Yeah, the 1-2 wallop indeed with that one more combo coming into play. But, I mean, they don't have, like, Nocturne, they have that Shen instead. I really wish that they had the Nocturne on top of the Shen top lane, which is, well, just going back to World Elite in, like, Season 1, pairing up every little global ult that could be. I wish there was, like, a Pantheon support that would really work out well, and I guess the Ashe ADC, that's all global all the time. But in this sense, with Shen, you're going to have the Stand United going to be popped in with that telegank coming in from Destiny into the gate from Twisted Fate. Having those two combined together will have tremendous focus on that dragon easily, but that bottom lane is going to be the lane that we're going to have to watch out for. Waka 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 yet again coming into play. Having that Caitlyn, he's going to play very defensive, which he did before for its first 2 games, I think, as Caitlyn, and hopefully he'll be able to position himself out of danger if ever that try kind of gank comes into play from a Sono ult on top of the Shadow Dash with Remstars on top of that as well.
Yeah, we do have a lot of strategy that can be put together here with these team comps. Of course, Misfortune and Sona, again, very common picks that we've been seeing here in the series. It's just really strange how Misfortune has become such a huge ADC, and it, like, even with that rise of Amumu to kind of combo with that, really anything will go for it. Now, we don't really see too much in terms of keeping people down except for the crescendo, but that hasn't really stopped Bull at times from being awesome.
Yeah, I mean, especially you do have the slowdowns and also a stun kinda coming in from Shadow Dash. You can red card the team into the bullet time, you can slow down the team with the Shadow Dash. But overall, we're going to probably see Hank Hill build up more offensive pick-off single target damage. I mean, could go into Blade of Rune King into whatever he wants to build into. And that's another thing that has been, well, on the mind of some Misfortunes. I mean, we saw it in the EU, the Infinity, or Blade of Rune King into the Infinity Edge, Fork into Infinity Edge was pretty key and actually used up a lot during those games in EU. Will the NA counterparts do the same thing?
Well, we're gonna find out. Stream is now fading away. I've timed out the music hopefully to kind of match with Riot Teaser this time because it doesn't really work so far tonight. But either way, we do got Falafel Gaming here on blue. Nydus is Diamond 1, coached out by Vlanatak, going to be number 2, that red team, and we're going to have to see who can take this game number 1. It's going to be a very important series to kind of determine the mindset of everything going in, because we have seen a lot of the times where the first team does win and then we get the comeback win from the second into just that high tense game number 3. But I like game number 3, to be honest. I really do enjoy that as a caster.
Yeah, game number 3 will keep up the pressure, keep up the, I guess, suspense in the game, and we always like drama. I think going back to Joe Miller days when he did all the CS casting, quick casting as well. I mean, you always wanted to go into sudden death back in the days for FPSs. You always want to go to a game number 3 in League of Legends and in MOBAs as well. So I'm gonna be saying that's probably not gonna happen for this matchup, because I feel like if one team, especially Nydus, Diamond 1 or Falafel Gaming, takes the advantage, they're actually going to push it and make sure that they just secure the spot. Again, this is a round of 8 going into the round of 4. Round of 4, you'll actually get that spot into the promotional series. So everything's on the line for both these teams, and they want to win now without any problems.
Alright, so we have now started lots of potions, lots of fortitude coming out, more specifically Kennen and Renekton, both going to be up there with those fortitudes. We have seen Symbolic start this before. He does have that teleport that we have seen in the past, so he's going to be more of an AD Kennen, looking for that slicing maelstrom just to kind of nail people down. Valkyrin with the equalizer, I mean, that's going to be a nice slow. He's also going to be rocking that ignite, but on top of the ADC, we do got Cleanse on top of Waka Waka Waka, and on the flip side, we also have Cleanse lands on Bobby Hank Hill. But we don't have a teleport on the side of the Nydus Gaming. And what's the difference here? We have an exhaust. The difference, I guess, is that we only have the 1 ignite here for Falafel versus the 2.
Yep, and I mean, you had that teleport already in with Destiny 2 gate in, so trading that off with, well, Cybolic, who's going to be playing topping with that teleport, it's going to be okay. It'll be fine for Cybolic to just try to push up whatever he can. Very, very smart little wards coming out from Falafel Gaming. If you see that pink ward right over there, it saw the entrance ward Nydus was going in. Unfortunately, Nydus also already pulled down 2 wards where J4 probably could walk through. Now the thing is, does Nydus want to go in, take over the blue buff over there from the team of Falafel Gaming, or will just go in their own jungle, take it all up, and then try to counter gank or counter jungle the J4?
Well, no real counter seems to be actually on the plan here, so yeah, it's just jungle as normal. I mean, we tried for that, engage the 5-man roam, but couldn't find anyone, so yeah, we're just going to play it safe. And as you can see, everyone in the jungle is doing stuff. We're getting a lot of extra experience before we even hit the laning phases, but, you know, Anxiety, he's going to be able to help out here. We should be able to get some smiteless, but Zingy is saying, alright, whatever, he doesn't want smiteless, that's fine. Are we actually going to grab smiteless for Shen? Yes, he's going to grab that red, so by the time he does hit the blue, it will be up. Zingy is going to have to deal with it, but as a tanky junglers, they don't really have too much of a problem clearing out their jungles anymore. And no lane swaps going down. 1-on-1 top, 1-on-1 mid, 2-on-2 bot, and the junglers to boot.
Yeah, everything pretty much staying the same on the bottom lane. Great little aggression coming out from Baby Zeus. He started out 2 pink wards, 2 green wards. I think it's Floor ward to boot on that one, or just 1 green one with some pots into play. So Falafel Gaming are playing really aggressively over this bottom lane. It could be a take for J4 to make some pressure over that blue buff, but also make some pressure at that bottom lane as well.
Well, he is denying out the blue buff right now of Shen, and that's going to be Rumbo actually catching him out a little bit of extra damage, but for whatever reason, bottom lane is more important. Waka 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 just still laying into the pressure here at the bottom turret. He's actually putting up the pressure, but he's behind in creeps, so Misfortune's been able to hit under the tower fairly well. Jarvan has still not left that blue area.
No, he's trying to take that away. Unfortunately, Newbert did start out around over there, right? So you can't really do too much about that. I know the pressure wanted to be brought in by Falafel Gaming over that bottom lane, try to get that dive or try to get that damage onto Misfortune. But Misfortune now 16 CS compared to the 17. It's not going to be bad for him. If they can heal, he'll be able to just CS up whenever he can and just get that damage onto that man.
Yeah, Cybolic seems to be doing just fine. So I want to say that Jarvan actually did steal out the blue. Of course, we didn't get to see it, but the buff doesn't look to be there anymore. We do got that ward in place. So 2 blues and a red going to Jarvan. It's going to hurt out Shen a little bit, but he does have the red. He doesn't really need the mana regen. Just the cooldown would have been a little bit easier on the early game jungling. But Shen's going to be heading back, gets himself that Mad Dreads, and overall, I think the gold will be slightly ahead there for Jarvan, but, you know, they've been skirmishing in the jungle. Haven't really seen too much in terms of lane presences quite yet, as everyone's just going to still creep away for the next few minutes.
Yep, it's going to be a slowdown in the game. Not surprising to see that for Falafel Gaming. Also not surprising to see that for the first game of a best-of-3 series, especially to set pace, to set kind of how the momentum will go in this game. You want to play it a little bit passive. You want to play it so that you can think, you can collect on what plays are happening for both teams. If you can do that, you're going to be able to formulate a better plan for your second game, formulate a better plan to actually win out the matchup as well. So I'm liking both teams' kind of style in the beginning. I mean, they try to pressure some things, they couldn't get that down, and both teams are probably going to be noting that, well, they just made this play, they're trying to make it, and we'll see if they're going to do it again next time so that we can make them pay for that next game.
Just asking Tiza why he keeps putting Cybolic mid. It's Cybolic top, come on, we've done this before. That's okay. Just a slight issue there for the scoreboard. So yeah, if you take a look, that's not top, this is top, and that's not mid, this is mid. So just swap them around. You can do it, I believe in you. So far, in terms of the creeps, Twisted Fate is doing alright. He's slightly behind there on top of Rumble as In fact, all the creeps are kind of leaning more towards Falafel Gaming than anyone at this point. So we do see a little bit of a gold lead coming out. It's still pretty negatable at this point, but hey, extra cash means faster items, which might mean we might see a first blood sometime soon. Still no jungle pressure from anyone in any lane, and I can't help but wonder if it's because of that invade upon Shen.
For both people, J4 wants to keep on jungling, get that level 6 as fast as he can. Second thing, for Shen wants to get that level 6 really fast as he can. Zingy up a level right now. Newberry going to try to get in, get a gank. Valkyrie could be in a little bit of trouble, but here comes the Zingy off for that counter gank.
Yeah, the counter gank doing real good work, and that's going to be the first blood as Valkyrie with the equalizer. I think he just ticked 6, or maybe just finally decided, oh right, I have an equalizer, but this does a ton of damage, especially in that linear escape path. So nice first blood coming in, the counter pressure as Zingy with the nice timing on top of things, and that's why you go for the Jarvan. You got that big gap closer, and then, you know, he could get level 6 if he actually had it. Of course, he doesn't have the Cataclysm quite yet, so that would have been for sure the kill. But mid picking that up with the equalizer, really good stuff. And now Remstars just kind of has to be a bit more defensive with Zingy staring him in the face.
Yeah, definitely. Zingy at level 5 could get to level 6 at any point. That's not going to be a good thing for Remstars, so he's going to play a little bit passively, go back actually, and try to buy up some items. Really quickly as well, you're right, he just hit level 6 at that moment, so that's very unfortunate for Newbert, who is now barely getting level 4 compared to Zingy, who has been at level 5 for quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised after 1 or 2 camps, level 6 would be in the picture for Zingy.
Yeah, you can actually see his experience there. It's just a little bit over half, so if he does go pick up a big jungle cramp like his red, he should be able to ding it no problem. But he's going to head back to town for now. That's alright. 56 creeps and counting for Kennen up top. He's actually coming away, he's starting to get a little bit farther and farther away from our Renekton in terms of the CS, and that's going to, again, translate more into that cash. I just noticed, though, that Kennen has himself a Dorn's Blade. That's not an AP Kennen.
No, it's an AP Kennen, but it's just going to be a later AP Kennen. Wings of Death actually was the one who started that one out.
Really?
Having that 80 Kennen to start up the damage output with that W start is really good. Wow, we see another gate coming in, and is this going to be a take for Nydus Remain?
Well, Nydus Remain will go down. That's Baby Zeus throwing down that Monsoon, forcing out the flash as well. I'm not entirely too sure we're going to flash forward from Bobby Hank Hill, but we do have a gold card. I don't think we actually needed to flash for that, but the double kill comes out in return with that really good Destiny from Remstars. He almost had the triple with that last card flash on top of Caitlyn. She dropped extremely low. But hey, a flash for a double kill, I'll take it any day. And Cybolic, you're right, he does have 23 AP, just like we saw before. So early game damage with the Dorn's Blade. You learn something new every day.
It's pretty much just to poke out your melee opponent, especially for Renekton. That early game damage is really, really harassable and very hurting. So having that Dorn's Blade start, you're going to have that lifesteal, you're going to have that re-sustain up, plus the easier time of farming out creeps. And that's why we see that 71 to 53 difference, as well as Nexity pretty much had his own tower just sitting there at the buy, while Cybolic just keeping up on the damage. Doing a really good job of keeping up on the game.
Now they both still have their fortitude, but mid is going to be that Cataclysm landing on top of Remstars. Valkyrie unfortunately not really able to capitalize on it because Newbert did come in, I think, with that Stand United, but no, he's actually level 5, so not a Stand United. He just happened to be in the area. Something we did notice, though, is that the blue did not go to Twisted Fate when we just finished it about a minute ago. That actually got taken out by Newbert, so that's a little bit of a misplay for that Twisted Fate.
Well, Twisted Fate does, I mean, he'll be able to use his Destiny in a bit, but unfortunately, yeah, he's going to be out a little bit in CS, but he's pretty much tied with Rumble right now. The only thing is, Rumble has a needlessly large rod, plus on top of that, that damage output, and a little bit of wardage to boot, having that pink ward to deny some vision for the team of Nydus is Diamond 1. While Falafel Gaming is going to set this up over there, we're probably going to see Rumble go back down to mid. I'm going to go into mid, go down back to bottom, try to pick up a kill, probably on the KT Nydus Remain yet again.
Yeah, we don't have boots quite yet for Sona, and with really low base health, she is a big target. And as you can see, just this exchange, I mean, Baby Zeus might not look like she came out ahead of that, but any kind of damage you can land on top of Nydus, I mean, if she's going to be this far away from Misfortune, we could get some decent bursts coming out from Waka Waka into an ace in the hole, and that just might be enough for a kill, because she really doesn't have that much in terms of hit points. She has her Philo Stone as well as those purple wards, or the pink wards, but mid does look like Jarvan's going to be making an appearance there, but we did have Remstars to just back off. Curious to see if he's actually going to come down for a gank with his Destiny at all.
That would be probably the best play for the team of Nydus' Diamond 1, and then pairing that up with now Nubert at level 6 finally can use that Stay United either for top lane or for that bottom lane. I'm pretty sure Nydus, their main, is going to keep up on the pressure, but you really need to solve something about this top lane, or possibly this middle lane as well. With Valkyrin kind of still balling, even though it doesn't show like that in the CS score, he is going to get a really big boost of power if he rushes right straight for that def cap.
Yeah, he is also up 2-1-0, and yay, we got Kennen up top. Thank you, Teaser. But as you can see, Rumble, he said, I don't need boots, I don't need health, I got a big rod. And he got that because of the extra gold boost of not only first blood, but the second kill afterwards on this bot lane. So he did die for his effort, but he's like, well, whatever, it's like getting a BF sword first, why not? And hopefully that damage output will pay him back in spades, otherwise he might not be quite tanky enough to take on what he needs to do.
Yeah, that's a definite, and now Waka going to take some damage onto KT Nydus Remain. And Nydus Remain, I mean, has been doing a pretty decent job trying to zone out, trying to get some poke. But the biggest thing that Nydus has been doing over in this bottom lane, at least, they've been denying a lot of vision. Having those pink wards in both the brushes pretty much the whole time. Tri-brush, you do see that ward out as well. There's no way J4 is going to go in there, at least unless they actually go through River, which again is warded up by TF. So very, very smart plays for this bottom lane / for Nydus in general to have this control of red bot.
The only way that this would work is if they knew that there were wards there. Jarvan comes through right up against Dragon, and then Demacian Standard's over. That would be the only way to really kind of avoid the vision. But yeah, you kind of need to know where that is, or at least expect it. And that kind of play, I don't think we'll actually quite see that today. The result will be that bot lane will just kind of be on its own, and Jarvan should be focusing more on mid and top, especially with Twisted Fate. As long as you can keep him out of the picture and busy or low hit points, it means that you don't really have to worry about that Destiny and that quick split-second reactions.
Yeah, definitely, and we do see a ping off pretty much from both teams. Falafel Gaming noticing that they responded a little bit too fast for that bottom lane, so very, very smart pings coming out from both teams, making sure that they know about the vision, they know about those wards, and they're probably going to do something about that in the next few minutes or so. Nydus is Diamond 1 right now. They're doing a pretty good job over that mid and bottom, but again, that top lane, Renekton, I don't know what I can say about you, buddy, because it's looking not too well for you right now.
Yeah, everything has kind of really slowed down. Zingy's actually going to pick it up blue. Doesn't need it on Rumble, as Remstars did go back to town. He's going to come back almost with a Lich Bane. Lich Bane first item. What do you think of that?
Pretty interesting item. I think he wants to get some great roaming in, get some good ganks, and hopefully keep up on the, well, damage output of this game. Because Falafel Gaming, I mean, yeah, they don't have the best of late game comps, but they do have Rumble that's a pretty strong late game champion. I mean, Caitlyn does hit a really good spike of damage during that mid game. Her power levels are pretty good. And so, yeah, keeping those down in a little bit ago. And especially Nubert hasn't been really doing anything in the presence of, well, in the map. It would be really nice to see both Nubert and also Remstars really working in a double gank.
Well, we don't quite see that kind of coordination yet. Blue buff is now back up. Shen's going to be hovering by it, and we're also going to get Remstars down there. Cybolic's still pushing up top fairly well. Look at the creep difference. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger between them. Almost 30 creeps between the two of them. This time, Remstars did get that blue. No mistakes by Newbird. And now Misfortune, she has herself that Bloodthirst at 14 minutes. She's going back. She has a health crystal. Could become that Black Cleaver as the Zingy tries to make something happen here. But that's a tower shot and an ignite. Oh, it's going to be enough. And Remstars takes home a kill.
That is unfortunate for Zingy. Didn't have the glacial, or the W to actually proc off some effective help. And now this is going to be the call for Nydus' Diamond 1, say, hey, what's Dragon? Their jungler is down. We're going to make sure we keep up this advantage. Although that was a really good take to try to take out that tower, unfortunately, with that, the aggro was not enough.
Yeah, and that's the Destiny. Destiny's actually going to kind of really not go that far, but I think they're looking maybe for the bot lane. Yeah, they are going to be going for the bot lane, but the the Caliber net as well as the Flash going to be keeping them out of harm's way. Rumble couldn't really do too much there, and again, like, using the Destiny as more of a scouting tool, just making sure that they know where all of them is, it allowed them to grab that dragon and then go for an attempted gank. Now, if the gank had landed, would have been a catapulting lead for Nydus. Yeah, Nydus is Diamond 1. I almost want to call it Team Nydus or Main. Thank you friggin' much for Husky StarCraft.
Yeah, Nydus or Main is actually on the team, so I wouldn't be surprised. That's why you got that in there.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're gonna see engagement. Baby Zeus gonna take a lot of damage, but a great Monsoon on top of that. The Shen all are gonna be trying to go secure that kill, but that Monsoon coming up from Baby Zeus, saving that one out, and also pushing up at that mid turret is Falafel Gaming.
Yep, Zingy's finally going to put some global gold into the pockets of Falafel. And we have seen this position before, and we're not exactly ahead here in the early game, but Falafel has this tendency of kind of being awesome and coming back, and you can see now the collapse coming down as Zingy's just going to go right through the tower. We also got Shen. He's going to respond to that, but here comes the, wow, the equalizer with the Cataclysm perfectly positioned as Waka Waka takes home that kill. Looking for the double now on top of Bobby Hank Hill. Yes, it will be a Zingy picking that one up, but Rumble's not done yet. Doesn't matter. Cybolic's up top, up against Anxiety with that dominance. Newbert looking for that kill on top of Waka Waka. Nice bait maneuvers there, and that's going to be a 3 for 0. But it looks like Cybolic's going to be safe up top. Both of them sort of hurt, and that's going to be a second tower to boot.
Yeah, more global gold coming into play, but Remstar's now at bottom or middle lane. Going to try to go against the Janna. Janna going to shield out the turret. It's going to be enough to finish up. I think Remstars will be able to finish this one up, no problem, and that is going to be the trade-off for now. Mid turret for 2 middle and bottom turrets coming out to play for Falafel Gaming. They're keeping this up, only a little bit of gold up, 900 compared, but still, it's a really good lead in this early go of 17 minutes.
Yeah, 17 minutes in, the action is starting to really ramp up. I think we'd killed the dragon around 12?
Yeah.
12 or 13?
No, actually, no, about 14 or 15. It was pretty recent, actually.
Okay. So, yeah, a few minutes left on that. Cybolic's going to come back to lane. He has himself that Haunting Guise. He's had it for a while. So has the Doran's Blade, which I still find funny. But he has the big rod on top of things, and very possible that we're going to be seeing a Rabadons from him. Already a Rabadons and another rod for Rumble. I guess the only other thing a rod goes into is Zhonya's, right?
You can also build it into, well, I can't remember the name anymore. It was like the OP item back in the day. Wow. Deathfire Grass, there you go. And you could go get that damage output as well.
I don't expect that at all.
I mean, they have double AP. It could be a possibility, but then again, we do see the team trying to chase over Anxiety. I don't know if that's the smartest idea. Now the re-engage coming into play, TFL and K-Team Nydus remain could get a great crescendo ult. Is this going to be the end for Zingy?
Alright, we'll have to find out. As Zingy's going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, he's going to drop to the bullet time. Waka Waka now not exactly healthy, but the tower is going to go down, and the double kill for Kennen with that slicing maelstrom. He is going to be able to grab the third on top of Nydus, looking for the fourth. He gets the quadra on that TF. Now he needs to go for the penta. Go for the penta. You can do it, Cybolic. They're not even touching Bobby Hank Hill, except Valkyrin's scumbag takes it away. No penta for Cybolic. 10-4 is the result of that. Not only are they going to get 1 tower, they're going to get 2, and all of a sudden 5,000 gold difference.
If you saw me, actually, like, I was just like holding on the edge of my seat. I was like looking in. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna get a penta. I threw my headset off on the ground just because Valkyrie, the scumbag Rumble, takes away the last kill.
I think he did it on purpose. That's what Who cares if Waka Waka would have died? It would have been a pentakill. Come on.
Hey, I mean, I guess to save out a friend, you might have to do some unwanted things that probably the team are talking about right now, and unfortunately, Cybolic is not going to be friends with Rumble/Valkyrie for a little bit of the day. Overall, in general, though, that was a great initiate coming in from Falafel Gaming. Actually, it wasn't a great initiate from Falafel Gaming. They were going right in onto Renekton, and Renekton was tanky. Nydus Diamond 1 tried to all in right back, and they all got caught into the damage output that Valkyrie just, well, Death Cap and Zonya's Hourglass, that's kind of a big damage item just both ways, so what can you do? I mean, we had the cannon almost clean up everything. Unfortunately, Valkyrie picks up the last kill, but overall, a great take off after coming right back into it from Falafel Gaming.
Zergling Gator. 10-4, you're quite right. Those big damage items on top of Rumble. We got Lysandra here in chat saying that he's pretty OP solo queue Rumble, and I gotta agree. I mean, he might be a scumbag for robbing out that Penta, but 3-1-7, no boots, no survivability items, just Zonias and Rabadons. He's gonna hit like a truck, and he does not care who tries to fight back.
It reminds me of like Best Driven NA, just building into BT and just running all around, even though it doesn't have boots. I mean, Valor is a good engage cool, Scrap Shield in the sense, for LoL as a good engage cool. And yeah, well, it happened. 3-1-7, 147 CS on that med score. He's doing a great job for the team of Falafel Gaming.
Yep, 10-4. 10-4, good buddy. Yeah, 22 minutes should be coming around the clock, and I think the dragon should be in and around then as well. It didn't just die when I blinked, right? I'm not crazy?
No, it's coming out right now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, exactly. 21-22, it comes up. It's going to go down real quick to the team of Falafel. Does not even look like we even have vision at this point on it, but hey, we knew that the ping was up. It got extremely zerged down, and that's going to be even more gold now in the pocket of Falafel Gaming. And kind of back to just spread out. Nobody really seems to be going for these big 5-man hammer ganks that we've been going through. But hey, if we can catch someone in the jungle, all the more power.
Yeah, and that is true, but the biggest thing is Falafel is actually just super ahead in damage-wise. And Valkyrie building up to those two big items really made sure that he could actually punish in. Is he going to punish everybody else, though, coming into play for this team fight?
Yeah, I don't know. Nuber's going to be taking a lot of damage. We got the Destiny going in. The bullet time kind of didn't do much. Cybolic with the slicing and the Zonia is not going to be any kind of kills, though. But Nuber, he has to absolutely go home. He's just not looking healthy. And now, because he's going to be out of the fight, we do got this creep wave, but we got a lot of wave clear to the Nydus team. Doesn't seem to matter too much because the tower is now under half just from that one wave.
Great job by the team of Falafel Gaming, just pushing up onto the advantages, but knowing they didn't have to really go all in onto the team. Only thing they wished that was pretty much Janna's ult and, well, Valkyrie's ult and Cybolic's ult as well. But overall, it's still a really good take. They didn't really use any summoner spells to boot, and they're keeping everything together for that next engagement. While on the other hand, there's a lot used up by Nydus the Diamond 1, and hopefully they can, well, survive out the next fight that will be coming in really soon.
We have another big rod coming in for, Jesus, Cybolic. Wow, 4-0-1. He's 5 of the 10 kills he's been part of. 9 of the 10 have been with Caitlyn on top of things, and 10 out of 10 for Rumble. You see a big trend going on here.
I think the team is really working out well this time. Falafel Gaming, I think last series kind of, I don't think played around with the picks. I mean, Jungle Karth is a viable pick, and I know Zingy likes doing that, but then again, it wasn't probably the best of ideas for the team.
Game 1.
Yeah, it was game 1, so they could set up for a game 2 or so like that. But Falafel Gaming this time, game number 1, they're doing a really good job just controlling all of the map. We'll see if that actually will be a big thing. Slash, we'll see if this Rumble gets even bigger, because he just got a giant spell.
Crystal Scepter, I wonder.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a Rowley's Crystal Scepter right after that, but again, not having boots, best ribbon NA, that's just how it's reminding me. No boots, no problem.
Yeah, no boots, no problems. Goes 3-1-7 out of 10 kills. Yeah, pretty much the story here. 10-4, still about 4,000 gold up, 2 turrets and 2 dragons on top of things, and now maybe some pressure coming in mid. In terms of Waka Waka Walk, he does have himself the Infinity Edge and now the Phantom Dancer. He had that last fight, actually upgraded to the Phantom now, but still, like, these creep waves, all they need to do is stay alive like 5 seconds and the tower goes down. Absolute insane damage. Slicing Maelstrom's going to catch out 2 of the team members here of Nydus, and they're just going to absolutely melt that Piltover. So good from Waka Waka. Now it's maybe his turn to pick up a Penta, only to get denied by Valkyrie, but that's going to be 3 kills at least. Jarvan, however, will pay the Pied Piper, and Cybolic's going to take another one. Waka Waka, he's looking for it. Yes, he will grab it with the ace in the hole. So once again, a very favorable exchange going to Falafel, and very likely an inhibitor to boot.
Inhibitor definitely going to be in the mind of the team of Falafel Gaming. Yet again, a pentakill kind of stolen away from Falafel Gaming for Waka Waka Waka. This time with Cybolic saying, yeah, no, if no one's going to get a penta, it's not going to be anyone on this team. Making sure he got the 4th kill from Waka Waka Waka, and an unofficial quadra kill for that Caitlyn.
Crazy times. 15-5, very different games that we've been seeing here for Falafel Gaming. Like, we've been seeing typically 40 minutes, slugfests, lots of farming, lots of tactics, not really a lot of kills. This time, though, we're almost at the kill a minute mark, and 7,000 gold. That's quite a bit of gold compared to what we've been seeing more and more in this series. But, hey, 25 minutes in, Baron still up, Dragon going to be coming back up. Everyone's kind of gone back and done some shopping, and in terms of everything, like Kennen, he has himself a Giant's Belt on top of things, so we're probably going to see dual Crystal Scepters coming out. We also have the Locket and double Shurilias on the Falafel. We've been seeing this a lot with the Shurilias on top of Jarvan, but he also went for the Locket. Now this, in contrast, Shen does have himself the Runic. We've been seeing that more and more. We finished up the Lich Bane. We have another Rod there for Twisted Fate. So Twisted Fate, you know, not in the worst position that he could be in, just doesn't seem to be making that big of an impact in these team fights, whereas Misfortune did finish up her Cleaver.
Yeah, Misfortune is going to be a very big notice and damage output for this next fight. The only thing is she needs to stay alive. She needs to be protected by the team. On the other hand, if Nydus' Diamond 1 actually holds off for about the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to see a change in the times for the damage output. Especially with Rumble just building up pure damage, he's not going to have that mobility for now. You have that Kidney right now going to build into Relics Crystal Scepter. I mean, he's okay in damage, but he's not like the pure damagey thing that Rumble is right now, so that's really good to see. Only problem is Falafel Gaming just going to keep on taking their advantages. They're going to bait out this Baron, and I feel like Valkyrin's going to hit a great Rumble, which he has been all day, and it's not going to be a fun time for Nydus' Diamond 1.
Yeah, but we still got Cybolic in that bot lane. Once again, with that teleport, he can just kind of pretend he's Shen, and just keeping the position here by the Baron. They keep killing off the wards. It does really keep them kind of motivated to stay in that area, and Cybolic can just keep pushing this up. But a good counter here is going to be Remstars. He will have that Destiny if he needs to hop lanes to get over to that Baron, and it does not look like the bait's actually going to yield any fruit here, so to speak, from Falafel. But they have caught up like, what, 3-4 wards just from this one engagement?
Yeah, definitely, and they just farm that up whenever they can. Falafel, they're just waiting in. They're going to actually start up on this Baron, and as Nydus going to go bait in, yeah, they're going to go see it, and we're going to see the last thing stand are going to be used for the teleport yet again. I think a little bit safety for that issue for the Baron, and we're going to see the startup and probably the backup of the team of Falafel Gaming.
Yeah, I think they were trying to bait in when Anxiety was going to corkscrew over the wall, but there's the Destiny again. They can just kind of pick and choose where they're going to be. Remstars are going to go right into that ult there by Cybolic. He's going to get that Zonies off, but really low. Anxiety Lol is going to have to flash on out of things, but a Zingy with the Cataclysm is not enough to stop the Stand United, but it is enough to take down the Crocodile, but we do lose Janna in the process. Shen now down, double coming out for Rumble, double for our Caitlyn, and the triple as it does end up for Valkyrie. So once again, an extremely favorable team fight for Falafel, and they're in very much danger of ending this game before 30 minutes.
I think they just ended it by the surrender vote. Congratulations to Falafel Gaming winning out game number 1.